Greetings, programs. My name's Wretch, and I'd like to welcome you to Primordia, a point-and-click adventure game by Wadget Eye Games, the same company that came out with the amazing Techno Babylon earlier this year. This is a game that they came out with in 2012. I had no idea it existed until I was told about it recently, and it has some pretty good reviews and high marks, so I'm looking forward to it. It's set in a post-apocalyptic world filled with robots, and apparently there are no humans. So let's go ahead and get this game started. It's already got the awesome music styling that Techno Babylon had. Nice to know fireflies are still around. Looks like we're in the middle of the desert. Whoa. That looks like one of the cylinders from Felix the Cat the movie.
Almost there. One more setting. And one more piece of the unique is operational.
One down, 1 million to go. Speaking of which, boss, I found exactly none of the parts he wanted. A whole day at the junk pile, and all I turn up are a locker and some stupid conduits. Maybe next time. Boss, are you sure you got those settings right?
That came from down in engineering. Let's go.
The boss has quite the Batman voice. Speaking of settings, let's see if we can turn down the music some. Okay, and speaking of robots looking like things, Crispin here looks like one of the flying robots from Batteries Not Included. Telescope, chair.
There's no time for that.
Boss, maybe we should see what's happening in engineering?
Alright, good call, Crispin. So I guess this is like a ship. Is this engineering?
There's no time for that. There's no time for that.
Apparently not. Got books. This is really cool.
Boss?
Oh, it's cutting through the hull.
Crispin, get behind me. Who are you and what do you want? Power.
I think he wants the power core, boss.
Stop right there. This ship belongs to me.
Forfeit. Enemy. Plunder.
I don't think he's too keen on private property.
Get away from the power core.
Forfeit.
Oh, holy crap. That is a very freaky robot. And there go the lights. Was that me? Pretty sure.
Boss? Boss? Horatio? Come on, Horatio, wake up!
Horatio. Wakey, wakey.
Ooh, you're okay.
What happened?
Well, Big Ugly threw you out of the ship, and then he said plunder, again, and then he left with our power core.
Basad.
Yep,
How much charge have you got?
10%. You?
I'll be fine. We just need to get the emergency generator up and running.
Or we could just go to Metropole, city of glass and light. Free energy for one and all.
Don't believe everything you hear. Metropole is trouble. But if you want to go, you've got free will and a maglev unit.
With that guilt subroutine you put in me, I wouldn't even make it halfway.
Actually, with a 10% charge, you wouldn't even get that far. So I suggest we get the generator working.
You and your projects.
Man built us to build, Crispin. Now, come on.
By the way, I love the wristwatch loading thing on the mouse. That's so old school. Tail wing. It looks like we're in control now. Yep, now we are. Data pouch.
I must have dropped my data pouch when I was thrown out of the unique. Assad, its memory got wiped. Easy enough to have the good old junk pile's coordinates back in, though.
Okay, junk pile. I guess this is our travel hub. Hello. I don't know how to access these things.
Crispin Horatio built, version 1. He'll be version 2 once I put some arms on him. He is my best and only friend.
You know, boss, if you're ever wondering what I would do, feel free to just ask.
I'll keep that in mind.
Apparently we don't want his opinion at the moment. Oh my god, it's Tom Servo. Tom! You've looked better.
A broken robot I dragged out of the junk pile. I salvaged the sarcasm coprocessor from it for Crispin.
Yeah, it works great.
Well, you definitely got some good parts there, Crispin. Oh, Tom, what did they do to you?
Nothing worth salvaging.
I'd salvage that entire thing.
It's one of the unique's turbines.
The big engine that couldn't.
Now, I love this game already because of that.
I can't move this without some kind of crane, which I certainly don't have time to build now.
So we can't move the turbine.
Now, I'm not a fancy engineer like you, boss, but it seems like the unique isn't gonna fly without its tail on.
I can't pick that up.
Indeed. Alright. Well, how... Oh, okay. Exit. I don't know how to access that other screen. Maybe right click. Enter. Oh, there we go. Crispin. Oh, you can send Crispin. Okay, so he's an item. Data and the map. Alright. Cool. Switch, socket.
There's supposed to be a power-bearing conduit between this socket and the ship, but I never got around to putting one together.
Now who's the procrastinator?
Well, that's fun.
There's supposed to be a... It's not going to do anything until the generator's fixed.
Maybe.
No wonder the generator isn't working.
I didn't. What was that again?
A broken spark plug. A broken...
Okay.
At least the putty is still good.
We grabbed putty.
The generator is missing a spark plug. The generator...
Alright. Oh, there's a conduit. And grease.
Some very sticky grease.
Okay, let's go back to the generator. We have the conduit now. Where do we look at our... Ah! Okay. Conduit in the socket?
I'll need at least 5 pieces to be able to build a conduit long enough to run the generator to the unique.
Ah, alrighty. Cool.
It's the unique's tag. Without it, I'd have never known the ship's name.
Apparently, building a giant airship doesn't require proper spelling.
Apparently not. It's the unique's...
Okay, sometimes you can right-click and get different information. Here's some cable.
sturdy cable.
Let's grab all the things. We know how these adventure games work.
Blasted leaking gasket.
Is it blasted or leaking?
I've tried patching this a dozen different ways without success.
So there's the hose. Here's the ladder to get actually into the ship proper. Well, we did have access to junk pile. Nice. Train. Man, whatever hit Whatever hit Earth hit it bad. Provided this is Earth, of course.
Boss, just think of all the brothers and sisters you could make for me from all that junk.
One of you is more than enough.
If that red light went off, I bet the train would start going.
Crispin, sometimes I think you're trying to get me to waste time.
Who, me?
I can't see anything to do with it.
Okay, signal light. More junk. Check out the train here in a second.
There's a piece of Gordium conduit way back there.
Ooh.
I can't reach the conduit.
Let's see. I've got maybe the cable?
It's a cable, not a lasso.
Well, that's worth a shot. Maybe we could use maybe the putty on the cable?
The cable's far too long to be useful.
Oh, alrighty.
A small lump of electrically conductive putty.
Well, we got a lockbox, another signal light.
Still red. Looks like some kind of lockbox.
Let's grab that.
It's locked tight.
We got conduits.
3 pieces of Gordium conduit.
Yes, let's grab those.
Unfortunately, one of them is completely corroded and worthless.
Crap. Train.
How do you think a train wound up out here, boss?
Maybe they brought it here by boat.
Very funny.
I like these guys. They have a nice dialogue between each other.
Looks like an old P2. Or is it a P3? I picked it clean years ago.
Nah. Okay, junk. All junk. Let's look in the train.
It's closed. It's locked tight.
Well, how... Maybe we can find something back at the ship. Just kind of getting my bearings here, guys. There we go. Back to the unique. So, nothing... Let's head back over here to see if we may have missed anything before we get on the ship. Turbine, tail wing, robot head.
Gumball machine?
No, it's a robot's head.
I wanted a gumball.
Oh, there's multiple Tom
I
servos
wanted a
here.
Gumball.
And we can't grab Tom's head, unfortunately. Okay. Well, even the satellite of love didn't survive the apocalypse. Let's see what's on the ship. Got the conduit. How much do we have now? 4 conduits. We need 1 more. Uno más. Halogen lantern, large lantern.
What was I thinking, leaving all my lanterns up there?
I don't know. What were you thinking?
There's no way I can reach that. What was I thinking?
Okay, how about the
There's
halogen?
no way I can reach.
Yeah, what were you thinking, sir? What is this? We got an exit over here. Ah.
An old captain's chair. I moved it here from navigation.
This is very... well, kind of aliens, really. Telescope.
A large observational telescope. Without power from the ship, the telescope won't work.
Bad timing with those repairs, huh, boss?
This is no time for sitting around.
Anything down here?
Only a little sliver left before the moon wanes entirely.
Well, I'm glad we're not the only ones running out of power.
Same old moon.
Strange clouds, huh, boss? Strange cloud.
Indeed. Very strange.
It's too dark to see the ladder rungs.
Ah. Let's go through the hatch
The
then.
hatch is unresponsive.
Well, crap. Well, what could we use? Data pouch. Ah, okay, that's what the pouch is. Putty, 4 conduits, cable. Oh, I know what we could do. Let's use the cable to get down the hatch. Maybe that'll work. Now, we'll probably have to tie it off, but just to make sure. Come on now. There we go.
It's too dark to see the ladder rungs. I doubt that will have any effect.
Oh. Well, that didn't work the way I wanted it to.
How would that even work?
Just trying a little bit of everything there, Horatio. No worries. Putty, that's
A small lump of
conductive. Let's look here. Let's get the putty.
That's never going to work.
Ah. Now, how many
There's
did I need?
supposed to be a power bearing.
It was a 4 or 5?
I'll need at least 5.
5. Crap, if only one of them had actually been worth something. Plating. I'm liking this so far, guys. Pretty good.
Plastic leaking gas.
Is it?
Let's try... I'm going to try just experimenting on everything. Maybe we can use Crispin on something as well.
As much as I'd love to fix that leak someday, plus it would be a waste of the putty.
Alright. Well, let's go ahead and try using Crispin on stuff then.
Is that really the best idea you can come up with, boss?
At the moment. Here, get a lantern. Make yourself
Can you
useful.
grab that lantern?
Sure thing, boss.
Nice.
You know, I always wanted to be able to fly. That's why I built you with a maglev unit.
Not so that you could store tools on hard-to-reach ledges?
Well, that too.
Now, what about the large lantern, though?
That's way too big for me to get, boss, and you know it.
Alright, so that's just kind of there. Well, now we can use the ladder, possibly, or the lantern with the ladder. There we go. Okay, console, gospel, books.
So that's where you keep it.
Why were you looking for my plasma torch?
No reason.
How can you whistle without lips? Plasma torch.
For
Awesome.
cutting and welding, it can't be beat.
Good. That's going to come in very, very handy. Sheet metal.
That piece of sheet metal really ties the room together, boss.
Oh, Big Lebowski reference. You guys are earning so many points with me right now.
I can't pick that up. It's the gospel of man.
Going to pray for a miracle, boss?
We are man's miracle, Crispin. Let's hope that's enough.
Okay, so we're going to be dealing with a little bit of religious symbolism in this.
Bedtime reading. I don't need to bring these with me.
After all, boss, life is stranger than fiction.
Ain't that the truth? Well, let's see what the console has.
The control pad for the deck access ladder.
Okay.
The controls for this hatch are unresponsive.
Okay, well, if the controls are unresponsive, maybe plasma torch might...
I'm trying to fix the unique, not destroy it.
Alright, fine. Be that way.
Good thing there's still some power in the circuit.
Boss, shouldn't you have thought of that before coming down here? We could have been stuck.
I could have just ridden you back to the deck.
Really?
No. Routing that much power to your maglev unit would cause it to explode.
Yeah, right.
Sorry. I couldn't find a working fuse to solve the problem.
I'm a floating bomb. I'm a floating bomb.
Awesome.
Sweet.
Yeah, there you go. Well, well. Let's see about using the torch on the train. So we'll travel that way. Do I still have it on my hotbar? Yes, I do.
It's reinforced steel.
Okay, how about the lockbox?
Let's see if this works.
What's in the box?
Is that a spark plug, boss? Who locks up a spark plug?
Actually, I think that box was some kind of machine.
You killed it!
Recycled it.
That's the spirit.
I guess it was actually some kind of machine. I'm pretty sure it was already dead, though.
Let's hope. Alrighty. So, we've got the plasma torch, the cable, the 4 conduits, the putty. In the beginning, all was still and silent. Then man the All-Builder spoke the word, and the word begat the code, and so the world began to spin. Thus dawned the Primordium, the first age, the age of building. Man moved across the world and built many wonders. In the heavens he paved the sky roads, on the land he raised mystic towers, and in the dark depths he dug colossal caves. Most incredible of all were the many machines designed by man. But still the All-Builder was not satisfied. Oh, you gotta give me more than that. There we go. So with both his hands, man built a body of steel in his own image. And with his right hand he gave logic, and memory he gave with his left. Then man said, "Now I will quicken the machine with a spark of power, and together we shall walk upon the earth." And it was done. Thus spun the world, and grew the code, and multiplied the living machines, and slowly passed the Primordium. Who can count the versions and generations that mark that age? In time, the All-Builder looked upon the many things he had built, the sky roads and mighty towers, and above all upon the living machines. Weary with his labor, man sat himself beside the robots and said unto him, "For you, my children, I spoke the world and fired the engine of the world. For you I wrote the code, and to you I gave logic and memory." Then man the All-Builder stood and took the machines in his hands and guided them to a great mountaintop. Together they looked upon the world in its beauty. "All this was made for you, and now unto you all this is given. Keep it, tend it, and make it flourish." And the All-Builder fell silent and passed from the world, and so ended the Primordium. We are lesser machines, built by those built by man. As we are but humble images of the All-Builder, so he is the perfection of our forms, a machine of unbreakable form, endless memory, and absolute logic. Okay, for this we revere him and speak the word, and keep the code, and tend the world he gave to us. Interesting. Okay. So that is the Book of Man. And we got the spark plug. Let's go ahead and just take care of one thing at a time. We will go to... We'll use the spark plug at the unique. Where was that? Was that here for the spark plug? There we go. Huzzah. That's one thing done. Now, what does this grease have to do? I wonder. Do we use the putty and the grease?
The putty's sticky enough already.
Okay. So...
I don't want to get that dirty.
Definitely don't want to use the Gospel of Man on it. Lantern?
I don't want to get...
Okay. Worth a shot. Actually, can we use the plasma torch?
That could cause the whole unique to go up in smoke.
I wondered. Alright, well, let's try using Crispin.
Boss, are you ever gonna do anything about that oil leak?
Yes, after we recover our power core.
Now who's making excuses?
That was cool. I didn't even bring that up. He did. Well, let's head back to the train. The signal light. Let's use
Look,
Crisp.
boss, I spend hours hours looking through junk, maybe you could spend a little more time in the junk pile yourself?
Maybe.
I'm not doing that until you build me some arms. Is that really the best idea you can come up with, boss?
Yeah, I'm kind of just, wait a minute. He can go in there and grab the...
Crispin, can you go in there and get that piece of conduit?
I
Yeah.
suppose.
In you go, sir.
That would have been a lot easier with hands, boss.
One thing at a time. So that is all those that we needed. That's good. Let's head back, and now we can actually fire up the backup generator.
It won't work until they're locked together.
Oh, whoops. Okay.
5 segments of Gordium conduit.
Is this where we use the putty?
Not a bad idea, but it can't carry enough of a charge, and it isn't sticky enough to hold them in place.
So
Not a bad idea, but
we'll use this in the grease.
all it would do is gum them up, not hold them together.
One thing after another.
It's a data cable, not a... Totally.
Okay.
Time for a little welding.
There we go. I've got logic, it's just not the right kind.
Would be.
Knot cutter. Yay for achievements. Now, fused conduit. Yay! Pull the switch. Press the button, Frank. It's alive!
Whew, I thought we were in trouble when Big Ugly stole our core. But just like that, problem solved.
The problem is not solved.
Well, I agree. The noise leaves something to be desired.
This is an emergency generator, Crispin.
Well, it was an emergency, boss.
It only runs for a few days, if that.
Oh.
So we gotta go get it back.
Do we have another one?
No, which means it still is an emergency.
Well, in that case, first dibs on the recharge station.
Sweet life.
So, what's the plan, boss?
We need to recover our power core.
Or we could just take the train to Metropole and live in luxury.
First of all, there is no train to Metropole. And second, even with full charges, we can't just walk there. But more importantly, I hate that city. It's in my core logic. I don't know why, but I can't change it.
Okay. In that case, can't you just make us a new power core?
Yes, but I need some kind of strong energy source for that.
And you just make one of those too? I'm just asking.
No, but somewhere around here are the plans for an energy sensor.
That's awfully convenient.
I designed it a long time ago, before I made you. I even found a sodium iodide crystal to use in the sensor, though man alone knows where it's buried now.
Charged up. Well, looks like we're gonna have to do a little bit of building here. So I'm going to go ahead and end the episode here, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm really liking this so far. If you liked the episode, go ahead and click like down below, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help, and we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.